All right, I'm going to show you guys a couple of example problems from the speed, distance, and time uniform motion worksheet I gave you. And the first thing I want to show you guys is when we're doing speed, distance, and time problems, and for the most part, most of these problems this semester will have this or have the ability to do this, is the circle. So what I do is I draw a circle, and in the circle, we have distance goes on top, we have speed, and we have time. Okay, so with that, whenever you're trying to find or you figure out what the equation is for one of the variables, if it's asking for speed, the equation would be distance over time, distance divided by time. If you're looking for time, it would be distance divided by speed. Okay, and if you're looking for distance, you would go with speed times time. Okay, now in problem number one, it states what is the average speed of a cheetah that sprints 100 meters in 4 seconds. Okay, so what I always do is I start with what is given. So I'm writing what is given. Okay, it says that we have 100 meters and we have 4 seconds. So meters is a unit of distance. Seconds is a unit of time. And we don't know the third label. Okay, that's what we're trying to find out. So the equation for speed was distance divided by time. So my distance was 100 meters, and that's all over 4 seconds. Okay. Now, what is a rate? What's a speed label that you could use here? You're just going to combine your distance over your unit of time. So like how we normally would say miles per hour, we're going to say meters per second. So whenever you're dividing by the unit of time, it's per. So every second then, so speed would equal, we're going to go 25 meters every second. So that's our speed, that's our rate. Okay. So start with what is given, use the circle to figure out the equation, and then you're going to finish the equation. So let's look at another one where we're trying to find something else. Okay, so at number two, it says if a car moves with an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour for 1 hour, we would have traveled 60 kilometers. Okay. It asks how far will it travel if it continues this rate for 4 hours? So the question is how far? It says how far. That means you're going to be using the distance equation, right? So start with what is given. Okay, so what's given, and what they tell us is that they're going at 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, and then they say if you did that for 4 hours, so they give you a time. So we have distance, excuse me, that is not distance. They give us a rate of 60 kilometers per hour. So that is going to be our speed. This is going to be our time. And we are looking for distance. Okay, so distance equals, I cover up the D and I'm left with S and T and they're side by side. I'm going to multiply them. So my speed, 60 kilometers per hour times 4 hours. Okay, going to give us a total of 240, right? But now what's the label that goes with this? So what is our unit of distance out of these options? We have hours here too, and then we have kilometers, right? So of those options, the only one that would make sense for a distance is kilometers. So we're going to put kilometers here. Okay. Hopefully this at least gets you started. I know that some of these questions on here you have to convert. These are just more practice. If you don't know one, move on to the next one. Okay, there's lots of different examples here. Some that are meant to be more difficult. There's a little bit more enrichment. And again, the worksheet kind of looks something like this. Okay, and it says uniform motion at the top, and then there is a back. What I'm going to ask of you is you should be able to type in, okay, these things. So speed equals, time equals, or vice versa, distance equals, and then you should be able to type out your equation. Okay, so go ahead and type those out. put your answers at the very end with the correct label. That is important, especially when we get to our quizzes and tests. Okay. All right. So that is the end. If you have any questions, please email or let me know.